What's going on YouTube? It's your buddy Will from the What's Up in the Sky 37 channel. We're online at www.whatsupinthesky.com. More interesting stuff from the Mars rover. Yesterday I didn't get as many videos done as I wanted to, but I got enough ready and prepared to make today that I can actually maybe put some out throughout the week, not just dump them all on one day. Anyway, either way, this is still, where are we at still? We are still on Saw 620. I haven't even touched, like, Carol sent me stuff from 630, all sorts of these good ones coming up. But this stuff is just everywhere. And the closer I guess we get to the mountain, the more and more we're finding. And a lot of this could be optical illusion on this stuff, but we just keep seeing more and more of it. There's not too awful much here. Let me show you and the reason, this little thing right here to me, I'm so back and forth on, there's a lot of amazing stuff, on is there current life there? I know there's probably vegetation just from looking at some of the stuff I have, some of my videos, I know that at least at one time there's definitely intelligent design there. I mean, if you look at this stuff, these rocks seem to have carvings on them, which could be part of, I mean, once again, a lot of this stuff has the blinds effect. If you watch my videos, I call it the blinds effect. It's a way that you hide stuff in pictures when you're just adding junk to the background, like these green and see how that green there and the red, that's added to junk, so you don't really get to see what's all over this. But if you do look at the corner of this, this looks just like you would find on a Mayan sun gate, that type of writing. It even has little pieces in it right here. And now you notice some of it's blurry, like little stripes of blur, but that's just because that's getting done somehow. It's either being done artificially, or it's being done by camera, or it's being done by computer, or it's being done by some douchebag down at NASA. So you take your pick. Either way, it's being done. It's being done in all the pictures. And when I say intelligent design, I start thinking and looking at this stuff. I look at a rock. They say, "Oh, that's just a rock right there." And well, I look at it, and then I say, "Okay, well, it looks like a rock, but it looks like it's also attached to something else here. It's got some interesting stuff here." But let's take a look at what. Man, look at the different. There's. It looks like it's been a checkerboard or something. Look, it's not checkerboard, but that the checked out marks there. It's like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I look at that and I think to myself, is that just random? Is that something that happens all the time? But then I look right around the corner and there's more of it. So maybe one, in one of these photos would be different. But and I look at some stuff like this, and this thing right here does look like a little monkey holding something, and I'm going to show you here in a second. And over here, I don't know what to say about this right here, other than there's symmetry in it. There's what looks to be different. It looks to be like a little animal. This looks like a possum head right here coming out. Let me do this real fast. This looks like an actual a bust of a human man, Egyptian human man, looking that way, and it looks like it even has a base of it here that's been broken down and beaten up. And if you don't watch my channel, I say this a lot, I believe definitely Mars had something on it at one time, and it was a they could definitely do stone work, metal work, all sorts of good stuff we're seeing. And this whole little piece here actually extends more and more. Look at that. Look how much more it goes on. And look at this is more like a surfboard effect. You know what? Let's just do the color thing to the whole picture. Step backwards. I should have done that with my actual keyboard here, but we're gonna do it like that. Auto color. I think we're gonna get the same deal. And then we're going to also, I mean, look at that right there. That definitely looks like the bust of something looking straight that way. And even around the hair, it looks like it's got a beautiful sort of like crown or something put there. And I see what I see, you see what you see. That's what I always say that about my videos to people. It's like, lately the trolls have been coming. Like I said last video, it's so funny. They do not get to me at all. I could care less. Call me crazy, call me whatever you want. I could care less what you think about me. Um, I've had people. This whole YouTube channel have brought a lot of weird stuff into my life and amazing stuff too. And the amazing stuff is much more than than the phone calls at 2 in the morning from people saying stuff. Weird stuff. Just people who have no life, or they're getting paid to do it. I mean, I don't do much unless I'm doing something for somebody, um, work. I'm not gaining something from it, knowledge or helping somebody or gaining, even these videos, I do gain income from it, and it's not all that much every month, but it helps. It helps pay bills. It actually pays a couple bills. You'd be surprised. It takes a while to get to that, and it's hard work. I'm just talking over this while we're looking at this. I know you guys, some of y'all love to hear me and some of you don't. It all depends. Sometimes I'm in a talkative mood and I'm getting back to myself. If you guys have been long watchers, you go back to my first videos. Like I said, it's been a long year with my dad dying and a lot going on, especially summertime. But let's get back into this now because I like the way that kind of pulled some stuff out. And you know what? Let me run that sharpen tool on this too. And this is really cool. The more and more I look at it, let me try and sharpen it up just a little bit. Filter, sharpen, smart sharpen. Okay. And that certainly does look like the face to me. And here would be an eyeball, here would be the nose, the lips, the chin, even coming down here, it looks like this would have been has ears or like a headdress around it. The headdress is even circular because you got to look at it, it's got an angle. It's, you're looking at it at an angle. I love to see that up close with with my eyes. Hopefully civilization will at least at this time, at this round, this go around, look at all the stuff I got open here. We'll make it to where we can get up here and check this stuff out. But pretty interesting stuff around here. Up here, the little surfboard looking thing. I mean, that's pretty interesting, pretty perfect cut. Um, on top of it, we've got little things like this going on here. Let me check it out. I mean, this right here is just too cool. Check that out. I mean, and it's got the blur stuff on it right now. And but look at this right here. People are like, oh, well, that's just a rock. Well, you go outside and see what kind of rock you got that has, it goes up to the left, comes back in. I just don't see rocks here. I see old civilization. I see this. This looks, and this is what I'm gonna start doing. Somebody had a great idea, is start doing pictures on old civilization stuff, and showing stuff that we found on Earth that looks like this stuff. I mean, what is this? What in the world is this? It almost looks like a Vimana or something. It had in the front had a very ornate front to it, a piece that came out this way. This is circular there. I mean, it looks almost like an aircraft to me, or some not really, or maybe a depiction of one, or depiction of something. Very, very interesting picture this one is to me. I don't. This to me just looked like the monkey and he was holding something or bones. Look at that. That looks like a skull right here for sure. It looks like a skull. Um, and I am so on the fence with are there actual living things walking around the rover in the area? Man, that thing, it does look like a little monkey holding something, but I know how, your eyes want to see things like that. I'm not stupid like that. People come and say that all the time. I don't know how to say it. It's like paradoil or paradoil. I don't know how exactly you say it, but it's like that's not what's going on here. And just because I have a YouTube account doesn't mean I'm not educated, doesn't mean I'm an idiot. You know, it seems like more and more I'm on YouTube that maybe we should have a test before we can actually speak on here because there's just a lot of hate going around. Look at this stuff. This is just interesting, and especially I've got it really jacked up now, the colors and stuff since I've the gamma's up, which brings out the sparkliness and stuff. Um, check that out. It looks like an R right there. I always see S's, threes, R's, and ovals are like like all over the place. I don't know if this, a lot of this stuff could also be put in as junk that NASA puts in the background, as they overlay stuff. But and the strata here, they say, oh, that's just a strata, but when strata usually looks like it's all the way through, they don't have little up and down lines throughout it. I mean, look at this. This looks like a dilapidated fence or building or something. It's got a little ornate pieces to it, but you can see it runs right here, and then there's another one parallel to it running up there, another one parallel under there. But then you also have parallel lines right here, right here, right here that cross it here and here both. So to me, it's just too much. I see this stuff and there's evidence. It says, whoa, evidence, evidence, evidence of what? I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, that's why I love to hear your comments. What do you guys think is up there? It's time to start. Let's start hearing what you guys really think about this stuff. Not just what it is. I wish, like, say, why don't you guys sign up? Say, I'm still giving away this rover. Once I get 10,000, go to my website, sign up. People are starting to use my forum on the website, and it's getting pretty neat. It's pretty. We're not censored there. I will never censor my website. So go sign up for an account, www.whatsupinthesky.com, and once you've done that, if I haven't pulled it as of today, so you might it's free. You might actually win the rover that I've got to give away, the Lego Rover. I'm not sending you a real one. Look at this just coming out of the ground right there with more of this. See, this looks more like a Strata piece to me. You know, it doesn't have those, you know, congruent lines, but this, who knows what this stuff came from. This is just kind of coming up out of it. It's kind of neat, like a mineral or something. It looks like it was there. We see a lot of that stuff. I live in Maryland by the beach, but going out to Virginia and Pennsylvania my whole life, I've gone through all cave systems. I checked out any type of cave you could get into that you can walk through with a tour. Usually, I'm out there, skiing or doing something fun or hiking. But I live by some neat places. Skyline Drive out there, Luray Caverns is out there. There's a lot of neat things. You see a lot of those type of blocks that just come out of it growing up and out. That's usually underground. So this is just a random, looks like a little chipmunk head sitting there. And I tell you, that just looks like a possum to me. But the more and more I see this does look like an Egyptian god or some sort of Mayan god faced that way. This looks like it's I don't know, this looks like structured to me. Let me know what you guys think. It's a beautiful Sunday. I got to get outside, middle on. Much love to you. Peace. What's Up in the Sky 37. Yeah, go hit up www.whatsupinthesky.com and let's start some conversations on my forums over there. And like I said, there's already probably 5, 6, 7, 8 people posting, but a lot of good stuff's already came through. And I'm going to definitely start keeping up with it a little bit more. We've got Truth Seeker on there, Santo, Mars Unmasked, Mars Anomalies. A whole bunch of people are posting their videos there too. So you can get their videos, links, profiles, learn a little bit about them, all that good stuff. Much love.